It started with footsteps in the attic. The Gruber family, Andreas, Cecilia, their daughter Victoria, and her 2 children, lived on a remote Bavarian farm, isolated by dense forests and rolling fields. They kept to themselves, their nearest neighbors, a mile away. 6 months before their deaths, their maid abruptly quit, claiming the farm was haunted. She spoke of hearing footsteps, feeling watched, waking up to the sensation of someone standing over her bed. She said the feeling grew so intense, she couldn't bear to stay another night. The Grubers dismissed her fears, believing she'd let her imagination get the best of her. But the footsteps never stopped. One night, Andreas found a trail of footprints in the snow leading from the forest to the back door, but no tracks leading away. The prints were deep, heavy, as if whoever made them had stood outside for hours. He searched the house, every room, every corner, even the barn, but found nothing. The noises in the attic grew louder, scraping, shuffling, sometimes faint tapping, like fingers drumming against wood. The family told no one. Days before the murders, Victoria told friends she heard voices in the night, low, distorted whispers echoing from the walls. The family dog would bark frantically at the barn, growling at empty corners, refusing to go inside. Tools went missing and reappeared in odd places. A butcher knife was found in Victoria's bed one morning, lying on the pillow beside her. The feeling of being watched became suffocating. Then, on March 31st, 1922, the entire family was slaughtered. They were lured, one by one, into the barn, bludgeoned to death with a mattock, a heavy farm tool. Their bodies were stacked, carefully arranged, as if the killer had taken time to display them. The killer then entered the house and murdered the 2-year-old boy in his crib. The body of the new maid, who had only started that day, was found in her bed, her face contorted in terror. But the horror didn't end there. For 3 days, someone lived in the house. Neighbors reported smoke rising from the chimney. The livestock were fed. Meals had been prepared in the kitchen. Plates and utensils sat on the table, as if the killer had calmly dined among the dead. The beds were made, and candles burned down to wax puddles. When their bodies were discovered, investigators found locks had been tampered with, and hidden compartments in the barn had been disturbed, as if someone had been living there, watching the family, waiting. The attic showed signs of recent activity. Straw laid out like a makeshift bed. Bits of rotting food, gnawed on, left in the corners. Scratch marks lined the wooden beams, as if someone had dug their nails into the wood. Despite extensive investigations, the killer was never caught. The mattock was discovered hidden in the attic, crusted with blood. The farm was demolished years later, but people still report hearing strange noises in the surrounding forest. Faint footsteps crunching through the underbrush, only to stop the moment anyone turns to look. Some believe it was a drifter, lurking in the woods, preying on the isolated family. Others suspect it was someone they knew, someone close enough to blend into their lives without suspicion. Some locals even whisper it was something else, something not quite human. But the truth? The truth died with the Grubers, and the farm, even in ruins, remains a place of nightmares, a reminder that sometimes the monsters aren't in our heads. They're already inside the house,